So, when I finished the recording phase, I decided to go back and check the footage if it was any sort of good. But in reality, it was literally just so poor quality for some apparent reason, so now I am back to doing this again. I am back with these weapons, essentially. I got these from a peacekeeper shop, so I'm going to be using these mostly. I also had one called the Proclatrian, whatever the fuck the name was, that dealt 577 damage. Or at least I think it was somewhere around that number. But instead, after I finished the recording phase, I completely decided to dismantle it because I don't like it. So, now I have something similar to this, but slightly weaker. So, no, I did not cheat anything before you glue-sniffing pricks come at me. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Zap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Damn, look how hard this is. Like, I'm so struggling at this point. Like, it's so baffling. Why would the devs make a game so difficult? Oh my god. Even I that has over 800 hours in the game. This is so struggling to me. Oh my god. I'm going to wet my diapers because of how hard this game is. Boo-hoo. I mean, at this point you don't really need any sort of like powerful weapons or any sort of glitched weapons to begin with. And before you guys say that this weapon is not particularly effective against volatiles, then yes, that's the point. These weapons are not meant to be for volatiles, like instead they're meant to be against virals and human enemies, or biters, essentially. These types of weapons are not amazing against volatiles, that much is obvious, but I guess people lack common sense. If you want to literally deal with volatiles, you gotta have something that deals like this amount of damage, or at least a weapon that like this, specifically, or even this. Or even for this, for that fucking matter. Like, anything that deals like 500 to 600 damage, or even 700, like, those types of weapons are effective against volatiles. But if you're using something that deals like, what, 400 damage or some shit, then yes, that's going to be your problem. Because these are not meant for volatiles. But I guess people lack common sense nowadays, so there'll be a point where people will start complaining about it. But, hey, can I do anything about it? No, of course not. Look how much effort I'm putting. Wow. So surprising. Holy shit. I'm using exploits to beat these guys. Wow. Shut up. Even without legend levels, I don't really even need any of these to begin with. Like, the weapon already deals decent amount of damage without it. 1000 damage, to be precise. Like, this could have different results depending on the person, of course. Like, some person may struggle having good weapons, some may not. But if you're struggling with weapons, then I'd suggest leveling up Harper or Senshu, because they already give you a really good weapon if you level them. Senshu has a polearm that deals a lot of fucking damage. And if people are saying that finding good weapons is literally hard, when in reality they're not even fucking hard to begin with. If you want to find some good weapons, literally do either the Survivor missions on Elite difficulty, which are still easy, or level up Senshu or Harper for that fucking matter. Or get weapons from J. These places are literally easy to get. Or you could go to GRE Aberrations to get these powerful weapons. Like I said, I got some of the weapons, like this as an example, this before I completely dismantled it, from a GRE box. Or a Pilgrim chest, as the game calls it for some apparent reason. But I guess people are just so lazy to look for weapons. I don't know. I'm just tired of seeing people saying like, oh, this game is hard, finding good weapons is hard, bullshit, when in reality, you can literally just find weapons that powerful if you fucking look hard enough, but people nowadays are just so lazy and so impatient that they'll literally glitch their way through to get the best weapons. Yet here we are. Welcome to 2024, people. Where people nowadays just don't put any sort of fucking effort to actually find the good effective weapons. And when they don't get the good effective weapons, they'll start complaining about it, how the game is like stale, or how the game's combat mechanic is not particularly great. Let's use this for a bit. Yeah, this weapon is from the GRE box I got. Or Pilgrim Chest as the game calls it. Why the fuck is it called a Pilgrim Chest? I have no idea. Get off me, please. Excuse me, sir, but I think you're disturbing my peace. Come on. Die, please. Thank you. Goodbye. See how much I'm struggling? Yeah, that's how hard this game is. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired today. Fucking hell. I sort of woke up sideways, somehow. Oh no, I'm going to die. Let's use this. It's like the only thing I can really say is the easiest way to deal with volatiles is you need to be constantly on your feet. If you're surrounded by hordes of volatiles, then you need to be much more careful because there will be a lot of them that will try to pounce you, so always be on the lookout 90% of the time. But have a very specific weapon that is good, that deals the highest amount of damage than any weapon you have. Like an example being my weapon, this one. But say like we're talking about an average player and their highest damage dealing weapon is this one, as a prime example, of course. Then yes, you can use this as a way to deal against volatiles, but you need to be very careful because once they pounce on you, it's practically game over. Excuse you, dickhead. There you go. You happy now? You don't really need glitched weapons to win this. All you need is a good armor set that gives a pretty good amount of damage increase, and a very solid weapon that gives you a good amount of damage to kill enemies. That's it. On to the nighttime. Here we are, nighttime. Let's go find ourselves a volatile and deal with them. I'm gonna try to just fight until I die, practically. Like, I don't really care about surviving at this point. Like, I don't really need it legend levels, honestly, because it's like, I'm not even focusing on leveling up these, honestly, because I just don't really care for one-handed weapons. Oh, sir, turn around. It's like, obviously you can see that this type of weapon is not really particularly effective against volatiles. Come on, blow up. Thank you. But if you use something like this, it actually deals damage, then yeah, combine that with some modifications, then yes, you can probably get some really good results. Just use your fucking brain and get the perfect weapon to fight against volatiles. Don't use shitty weapons against them. That's called common sense. Use shitty weapons against virals, human enemies, and biters. But powerful weapons against the bigger enemies. As if that much is not fucking obvious. Use your brain, people. I'm not really saying that people are retarded, but I'm just saying, like, people need to have actually some common sense and think about it. Like, I'm not calling anyone out, but I'm just saying, like, when people say that that I need glitch weapons to play the game, it just sort of like puts a sour taste in my mouth. Like, this is not even maximum. Like, this weapon is not at its maximum potential. But if I use this weapon as an example, look at the damage. Let's also not mention the fact that this thing can hit multiple of them, so you can deal with hordes of volatiles much more easily. Can you not? Thank you very much. Oh, hello. Get off me, please. Ow. Yeah, I don't really care if I die, honestly. I just don't really fucking care. Come on, kill me. Never mind. Good night. Come on, there has to be more coming after me. Get out of here. Yeah, you get my point. Don't use shitty weapons against volatiles, use it only against virals, biters, and human enemies, and use more powerful weapons against the Vega guys, as if that much is not obvious, but hey. We're in 2024, people change, I guess. For better or for worse. Who knows? Oh, they're gone. Oh, look at that. There's a volatile nest. Let's go pay it a visit. Excuse me, sir. I'm just going to go pay a visit of your family. Is that okay? Good. Ah, perfect. This is perfect. Get off me, please. Thank you. Yeah, I always see that I'm not doing much. I missed. Yep. And of course you could use the UV flashlight as a way to stun them, but only use it as a tapping way. Like, don't hold it because eventually they'll just go through it. You can't just like simply hold it and expect to stun lock them forever. You just gotta think of it as a quick stunning. Like, imagine Blitz from Rainbow Six Siege, essentially. Like, you just gotta tap it, and you'll just blind them for a few seconds. Because if you hold it, you're wasting more battery than you should be. Can you not fucking spit at me, thank you very much? Oh. Oh. Ah. That was too slow. Okay, he's gonna do the kick. Nope. Oh, I got the goon. Yay. Bravo to me. Yeah, I got the another one. Now we wait. I think one of them is gonna pounce on me any second. I'm looking at the guy to the right. Yep. What do you fucking know? Go away. Alright, I'm gonna make this more interesting. I'm gonna use one of my weapons. Like, I use this weapon only for virals and biters, and sometimes volatiles, but I mainly use this against the volatiles, or even this, depending on what I'm feeling. That's pretty much it. Hello! I'm gonna use you as an example. There you go. Done and dusted. Alright, let me use this as an example. 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. 6 hits to kill one. And if I add a muscle booster, that's probably going to reduce it by 3. Yeah. You just gotta use the perfect weapon for every occasion. Like, every weapon has their own purposes here and there, and their situations. Like, I use this for hordes of volatiles, and I use this for human enemies and mostly virals. But I use everything against I use like everything else against like weaker enemies. Yeah. That's all I can really say. Take a prime example, Shen Shu's royalty polearm weapon that she offers you. This one essentially. Where you can unlock it at level 7 for a cheap price of 2 tokens and 1200 mutation samples. And you might think that 698 damage is not particularly great, but at max level, this is how much damage you're able to get. This is not modified, by the way. I could increase the damage to 900 if I wanted to by simply applying this. That's pretty much it. But, yeah. Shenshu is also a good one, and then Harper, the one that gives you the nice-looking katana. Let me try to go find it. I don't have the exotic version of it, which is the depressing part, but, you know. I don't really have time to grind it out, so. But, here it is. Even with no modification, this thing does a pretty good amount of damage. You can't apply anything, so it's just built like this. Yeah. 651 damage. And if you combine it with the legend level and the gear armor, you get 1782. Which is a pretty good amount of damage. And imagine if this was an exotic quality. You can already imagine the damage would be significantly higher. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all I can really offer so far. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if someone tells you that hard difficulty is hard and impossible to beat, don't fucking listen to them, please. Just be smart. That's all I can literally say. Just be smarter. Just use your fucking brain, honestly. That's it.